Roll Tide on that, man. Roll Tide on that. Thomas wants to know, I enjoy listening to how you relate to talent and communicate with them. Besides communicating a lot, have you got any other talent relation tips that you can share?
Yeah,
From a management standpoint, what are some of your tips for managing talent?
be on time. Uh, be smart about your time management. Don't be late. Don't no show like I'm doing in Knoxville. But that's just my fault. That's just a clerical error. I wish it didn't hadn't occurred, but it is. Uh, but we'll make up for it going forward, no doubt about it. I'll circle back around to Knoxville at some point in time, and we'll go from there.
J.M. Wagner,
Timeliness is a key issue here, Conrad. Being on time, being reliable is key, and I pride myself in that. Quite frankly, but sometimes things happen. You just got to roll with the punches and move on.
J.M. Wagner has an interesting talent relations type question. He wants to know, how do payouts work for tag teams and stables? Was each member of the team on separate contracts but paid equally? How did merch checks work for stables? Was everyone equal, but if a new member was added, did everyone then get less? That is interesting. From a tag team standpoint, if a tag team or a stable are selling merch, do you just split it amongst all the members? Is that the way it goes?
Yeah, they all get a piece, and it all works out evenly at the end of the day. So yeah, it's you got to take care of everybody as best you can. The more slices of the pie that are doled out, the smaller the slices are. But bottom line is that everybody gets paid, and they all get a slice of the pie. That's how I look at it, and it's got to be a shared revenue situation. And the formula now is everybody gets a piece. It may not be as big a slice as they want, but it's a slice nonetheless. And I think that's a fairest way of looking at it.
Well, let's talk about tag teams here for a minute. I know that if they come in as individuals and then are later put together as a tag team, well, that's different. But if you had a team who came in as a tag team and now they're going to be, signed as a tag team and performing as a tag team, were they more often than not on the exact same deal, like a Rock and Roll Express or a Midnight Express or the Steiner Brothers or that sort of thing? Do these guys start with the same exact contract value?
Pretty much. You don't pay Scott Steiner more than you pay Rick Steiner. You don't pay Ricky and Robert separately. So they're all encouraged to market their products and their appearances, and so it works out pretty good. At the end of the day, it's pretty fair. Pretty fair. Nobody's ever going to make what they want to make. That's just the nature of the beast. But nonetheless, they're all treated fairly, and so it's just it's an old formula that seems to be working. And I know that guys are making more money on merch nowadays than they ever made. So it's a it's a pretty good system. It's not flawless, but it's a pretty good system.
Hey, I do want to ask you, when you're thinking about how you are going to decide who's paid what for any given show, you're going to do payroll for a show and we're going to figure out who gets what. So, as we're thinking in that line of thinking, what was your formula or mathematical equations for payouts? Like, I've been told that, X amount goes to the talent and X amount goes to the main event. Is the rest of it just positioning on the card? I ask that because sometimes, we talk about that first spot on a wrestling show and you'll hear guys use from yesteryear, oh, that's the curtain jerker position.
Mm.
But in more modern times, we hear people say, man, the second one of the most important matches on the show is not just the main event, but it's how we get started.
Right.
That is a prime piece of real estate. So, how did you reconcile all of that way back when? And were there best practices maybe for doing payroll, Jim?
I think common sense. If you had a team that was put together, you pay them pretty much equally. If they're not equal to some degree, I can think of examples where one member of the team got a little bit more than the other member of the team, but that's just the nature of that beast. So it's a lot of it's just logic, Connie. Just logic is very important. Common sense, being fair is the key. And so, yeah, I'm a big believer in equality. And if you can't have a team without, let's say, two guys, you want to pay those two guys as close to each other as you can, even though there are times when one talent is a bigger star considerably than his tag team partner. You want to make sure that you don't let it get to be too disproportionate. So it's a unique little situation. A lot of it is just logic and common sense.
When you're thinking about, the Cowboys formula for doing payroll, do you remember what that was?
Yeah, generally, you paid the main events got 3% of the net gross, and so if the house was $100,000, that means that somebody probably made $3,000. But it's just a matter of, like I said, logic. If I had Kevin Nash teaming with a lesser known person,
right,
the Kevin Nash made more money than the lesser known person. It's just a star system. And your charge, if you're the lesser known, is to get over and make yourself more valuable. And that's kind of where I looked at it, is all men are not created equal in that regard.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment, and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next two house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105. Or get yourself a quick quote, even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.